Don and I opened Dance Factory in 1978. I'm originally from Washington, D.C. I came to Montreal in 1974, which was my first time here, and I took a class at La Belle Jazz. I returned back to Washington, and in 1977 I came back to Montreal again and was asked to join La Belle Jazz, for which I was with the company for 1 year. And in 1978, we opened Dance Factory, Inc. in the town of Mount Royal, and we've been going ever since. We've been a partnership, as I said, for like 36 years, and it's been a work in progress. It's constantly changing because being both of us having a true artistic nature. In fact, while I'm sitting and I'm watching him teach, there are very similarities in the way that we teach. And the 36 years has been an amalgamation of styles. You know, I look at a lot of the programs that are telecast now in terms of dance, and I see dance being very explosive in terms of you not only have to have technique, and technique will take you a long way. You need to know all different types of dance. You can't just be a ballet dancer or a jazz dancer or a hip-hop dancer. You've got to do it all. And even ballroom, dancers are becoming much more rounded now than was the case many, many years ago. I mean, you could say you were a dancer and only be a ballet dancer, or you could say you were a dancer and only be a jazz dancer. Now you have to be totally rounded in all forms of dance in order to be successful at it and to make a career of it. You need to broaden yourself in terms of styles.
My story began with Don about 30 years ago. So I kept hearing this Don Jordan name over and over. And then I was one of the young whippersnappers in my early 20s, working at the CAFCON in downtown Montreal, Chateau Champlain. And we were doing a nightclub show. And one of the dancers there said that she had some friends were putting together some video work and they needed some guys, and you know, so we could do it in between shows and stuff like that. So that's the first time that I met Don. What happened from there was we sort of had this this fun relationship as colleagues. After a little while, I started to hit the dance scene. I started to get more work, and Don was always there. A little senior to me, you know, and we spent time competing. We spent time working together. We hired each other at sometimes, and it was always easy to work together. The biggest thing about Don that over the years and everything is he was a gentleman. You know, he was kind. He's a dancer, so he has an edge, like we all did. But he's respectful.
Don Jordan, I know him for 30 plus years. We go back a long time when he and Phil had they had their studio Dance Factory up in, on Lucerne Road in TMR. And, you know, probably had 2 left feet back then, but after 30 years, knew how to move them a lot better.
3, 4, 5, 6, in there with a lock, roll up, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, second parallel, roll down, tighten the abdomen, press the butt, relax the shoulder. Up, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6.
I mean, Don didn't just dance. He was part of the city as well. He was an ACTRA member, so he was an actor. We'd see him sometimes on TV in a commercial. It's like, oh my God, there's my dance teacher. So it was really cool that way. And he sings as well. I mean, he comes from a musical family. His dad was a jazz player. Well, why is dance important to me? I mean, I've always been around dance. If I wasn't dancing, and I used to dance up to six days a week. Further on in my career, I ended up working for a dance company, Les Grands Ballets Canadiens, as their marketing director. So, I mean, I was always involved in it somehow. And dance, it's a great healing form. I mean, you don't realize when you're in it doing it, but I mean, not only does it keep you fit, and I didn't do it for the purpose of keeping fit, that was a benefit. But I mean, you know, it teaches you discipline, it teaches you how to respect your body, it teaches you to move, it teaches you about music, people, space, relating to others, and all of that. I mean, it's just an all-inclusive, great healing process. And whenever I was feeling, you know, whenever there were difficult times in life, it's just I knew that, okay, I've got to get myself to a studio because I know I'm just going to feel great once I'm in class connecting with myself, with my, you know, inner spiritual self and expressing myself as well.
The way how I met Donnie and Phil is very simple. I was coming from Europe over to Canada. Danced was the company, and I needed a jazz studio. I had been dancing with different companies, and so I went to Sean from Rossetti's, and I said, Sean, find me a professional studio where I can take jazz classes. And he said, of course, the only one in town is Don and Philip, Jazz Dance Factory. Keep on moving. Just keep on dancing, and like the spirit of dance is like shown totally in his class. Once you see his first steps, you just want to dance. He has a very big impact on me, and definitely he's a part of why I'm still dancing now at this age. It's still my passion, it's my heart is in there, and it's my life. So when I stop dancing, I will be teaching. So what other option do I have?
I started dancing when I was a little girl, but I fell into Donnie's class when I was about 24 years old. He was teaching at a little place up in down Mount Royal, not far from where I lived, and we started, and I just stayed. I loved it. He transformed my life because dancers became family. I'm not a great dancer. I'm 60 years old today, but I love it. It just is my form of exercise, and it's become a life force. He is inspiring. He just makes it fun. It's not a competitive place for us, where normally in a dance world it is. We were just coming to have a good time and let go and exercise and be together, and I'll stay there as long as he is. And I think everybody in the class feels the same way.
I've been studying with Don twice a week for at least 30 years. I studied only ballet in Toronto, and I came to Montreal. I studied with Madame Sherry-Ieff for a few years, and then I got pregnant, and then I had 3 kids, and I didn't dance for about 10 years. And then after that, a friend of mine who knew Don said, why don't you come to class? So I came to his class, and the friend never came back, and I've been with him ever since. He's a terrific teacher. If something isn't working, he knows why. You just do this, just do that, and it works. He's a very good teacher. He's very gentle. He's very good to me because I'm a little bit older, and he'll say to me, don't do that. Don't do that jump. Don't go down on the floor. He looks after me. Just being so welcoming, being kind to me, being such a good teacher. And every class is different. You cannot get bored because you never do the same thing twice. You know, it's a dance class. It's not an exercise class. And he tells even the exercises, the warm-up exercises we do at the beginning. He says you have to dance. And most people, it's the warm-up, so you do the exercise. But it's a dance class, and so you dance the exercises. Try to stay with the music. It's a different feeling when you just do the exercise or when you're thinking, this is dancing. It's a different, you hold your body differently. He's really good. And every time he says, well, maybe he's going to get a job here, don't go. I mean, I want him to do well, but I want him to be my dance teacher.
Reach out right arm and reach over for 8 counts. Reach all the way up, then take the body over. 6, 7, 8, lifting up. Bring the arms to second position and change left side.
It's been many years since I first discovered Don. It was first by word of mouth. I kept hearing Don Jordan, and it was like this iconic name, Don Jordan, you have to come take his class, you know? So eventually I discovered Don Jordan in his class, and what a special man he is, because he's a man that has such specific style. So I understood why so many people were saying Don Jordan, and he's such an exceptional teacher. So I took classes with him over the course of my career, and he gave me valuable tools. I mean, when you have legends like him, they help you grow as an artist. So the fact that he's still around so many years later is absolutely incredible, and he still touches people with his gift and his craft and his art. And the fact that he's even teaching tonight for another group of people of so many age groups is it just goes to show like how much of a legend he is. Everyone's come together to take his class tonight. So I feel very privileged to have met him. His eye for proper technique and the fact that he has honed his own personal style makes you want to grow as an artist and showcase your personal style. I think that's very important as an artist to be able to learn that, because everybody can learn technique, but to learn how to give off personal style is something that's going to set you apart from everybody else. So if you're in an audition room, so I guess that's definitely a tool that he taught me. You know, if I'm in a room with 200 people, that I need to give, you know, all these special nuances that he gives, that he demonstrates in order to stand out from the pack and get the job. Dance is one of my biggest passions. It's like my number one passion. It's my blood. It's my blood. I wouldn't live without dance.
Je pense que la première classe de danse que j'ai faite avec Don, c'est à ma sortie de l'école de ballet, où je connaissais à peu près juste le ballet classique. J'ai découvert ma passion réelle pour la danse, qui était le jazz, puis le bon vieux jazz. Et grâce à lui, j'ai comme retrouvé cette passion-là, puis grâce à lui, j'en ai fait mon métier. C'était le rêve de ma vie. Le premier contrat que j'ai eu comme danseuse en jazz, comédie musicale, c'était grâce à eux. Et je me souviens que j'avais passé l'audition, on était comme 120 filles, 5 ont été choisies pour faire le show. C'était pas le meilleur show au monde, mais c'était au Casino de Montréal, puis c'était comme un... Et j'avais préparé un gâteau que j'avais apporté à Don puis Phil pour les remercier. On dirait qu'il m'a donné le droit d'être qui je suis, en fait. T'sais, avec l'énergie que j'avais, le corps que j'avais, be yourself, puis de croire en ça aussi, de toujours m'accueillir en plus à chaque fois que je partais, je revenais de tournée.
He's a great guy, he's amazing, I love him. And I'm so happy to be here tonight for him. It means a lot to me. And Don, he's a choreographer, he's an amazing choreographer. We did a show 4 years now, Esquire Show Bar. He was the choreographer, and we had a great time. He's an amazing actor too. He's just amazing. A lot to learn about him, you know, with him and about him, and I learned a lot from him.
I met him in 1980. I was coming back from France, and I was extremely depressed because I was trying to get a divorce, and he saved my life because he didn't really know it, but I started dancing, and I had never danced before. And it became like an addiction. I was dancing with him on Lucerne at the Dance Factory in Ville-Mont-Royal. And I was there like every minute. It was unbelievable. I loved the choreography so much that once I was in front of the dance studio and I left my car on because I didn't want to be late. It was incredible. He was extraordinary. What I loved most is that he used to just say, okay, enough of the warm-up, let's dance. And that's what I love the most, is let's dance, because I didn't know any really of the ballet stuff and the warm-up stuff and I loved his passion and his choreographies. I made so many good friends there that I still have today. And it was just, he used to yell at us all the time if we didn't get it, but we took his mauvaise humeur with such grace. He just gave us such passion for dance. And it was, we were there all the time. I had unlimited membership. It was like I was teaching at the University of Montreal, and I used to run down to Lucerne to after my classes, and I was supposed to have office hours, and I'd said, oh, I have a really, really important thing to do, and I would go and dance. There was no way that I could miss a day, and it was really, really, it marked my life. It really did. And a lot of the people, some of them are not here tonight, but some of them are, and you know, we're old now, and it's still we remember. And it was wonderful, wonderful times. I'll never, never, never forget. They had, both Philip and Donnie, they had such a pedagogy. I mean, they knew how to teach and how to make you want to come back for more and more and more. They had really, really incredible ways of motivating us. It was really, really something.
Wherever you went, they were always there. They were always part of your life, and that's really just the great part. And I mean, you know what? They haven't even changed. They still look the same as they did 30 years ago. They're just super people. I mean, both of them are. I love them. I adore them, and I mean, I hope that there'll be many, many more years that we'll still be dancing together.
20 years of the closest friendship I ever never could have dreamed of. They were just they mean the world to me. They're more than family even. They're the best friends.
I'm here tonight to celebrate Don for the fabulous man that he is, and not just as a teacher, but as a person as well. Because it does take a special personality to be able to teach. Not everybody is gifted in teaching, and he's very gifted in teaching. And he always has something important to offer. And he'll always push you in a positive way. Stretch more, reach more, breathe more, extend more, point your toes, you know, to make sure that you're connected everywhere in your body and that you're dancing alive.
And that's why we're here tonight, to honor him, because he's just brought so much joy to all of us. Advice? Stop complaining, keep working, keep coming.
He was Donnie. He could do no wrong. We were all in love with Donnie. He was just extraordinary. There is only one Donnie. I'll never forget those classes. Wonderful, wonderful memories.
Love you, Donnie boy.
I just want to thank everybody because I love to dance, and we've been doing this a long time. Yeah. This has been a blast. You know, you guys who I don't really know, I love you already. I'm just so thrilled to see all you guys. And
Dance heals everything.
Yeah!
that's my girl right there.
Yeah, dance.
I danced with them. They were my first jazz teachers. I was a ballerina until Philip saw me.
In high school?
In high school. I was 16. I'm not going to say how old I am now, though. But they've been mentors my whole life. I've gone to the States, come back, gone to Toronto, come back, and I always tend to run into them or take class or always know that they're dancing. So they're an inspiration for my generation who's still dancing. All of you older people out there. Yeah. For the younger students, it's very important, your technique. And these two are what gave me, I'm still dancing, still performing, still teaching. And it's thanks to these two gentlemen, amazing teachers and people. I love you both very much.
Me too. Yeah. It's